Tonight we have a billionaire Conservative donor who is now backing Labour. He's John Caudwell. He's the Phones for You founder, and he's with us. Thank you very much for talking to our audience, Mr. Caudwell.
Pleasure, Victoria.
So, why are you voting Labour for the first time in your life, aged how old are you?
71.
Why?
I think the first thing to say is that up till the last few months, I really didn't have anybody to vote for. The Conservative Party had done such an awful job over the last 5 or 6 years. And I think to balance that, I should say that they had some challenges, didn't they, with Brexit and then with COVID after, but nonetheless, they made a lot of very poor decisions. And the final poor decision, of course, was Rishi Sunak leaving D-Day celebrations, but that was nothing to do with my decision. It's just an indication of the poor decisions made. And I had nobody to vote for. And over the last 2 or 3 months, I've looked at the Labour manifesto, looked at what they stand for, and gradually, slowly and grudgingly, after 50 years of Conservative support, moved their way. The real clincher was on Friday. I was in a business conference that they were holding, and there was 50 chief executives of some of the biggest companies in the UK, representing £4 trillion of market cap. And the, not camaraderie, but the empathy from Rachel Reeves and the other people in the Labour Party and these senior businessmen was clear.
OK.
But,
I'm going to put it to you, if I may.
But let me just finish that point, because it's not just about empathy. It was about the questions that were asked, received really excellent answers about what Labour were going to do with the economy. OK. In 2021, you said to The Observer, I still believe that the Conservative Party is the best party to run this country, and I'd be terrified of the Lib Dems getting in, and even more terrified of Labour. That was in 2021. Keir Starmer had been leader of the Labour Party for a decent period of time then. It's a hell of a U-turn, isn't it? It's a hell of a U-turn, but look, we all judge things based on latest information. It's no good living in the past with any of our lives on anything we do. Let's look where we are, the here and now, and the future.
Okay.
Now, what Keir has done, as far as I can see, has taken all the left out of the Labour Party, and he's come out with a brilliant set of values, principles, and ways of growing Britain in complete alignment with my views as a commercial capitalist.
Not all the policies you like, because you went to a comprehensive school. What do you think of the policy of VAT on private schools?
Well, I think you know my answer to that, and I will cover that. But let's not worry about rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Okay. The real issue here is that Keir is going for growth of GDP. That's the huge thing. Growth of GDP to swell the public purses to be able to look after the poorer people of society. I absolutely, fully support that. The second fact is massively into climate, science and technology. That's the second point of my principle for me.
And also, you think he's going to win?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Right. Yes, absolutely. But I'm not backing him because he's going to win. I'm backing him because I believe in the policies. And the fact that he's going to win is an added advantage, because I really hope that I can influence Labour policy in a positive way for Britain going forward to put the great back in Britain.
Can I ask you about your judgment before I open up the conversation with our guests? You gave £500,000 to Boris Johnson's Conservative Party in 2019. He had to step down because he ran out of people in his own party who would serve with him in government. In 2021, as I mentioned, you said you were terrified of Labour getting in. In that same interview, you said when you were thinking about a new Tory leader, that Liz Truss could be that person. In October 2022, you backed Liz Truss to be Prime Minister. That's quite a track record of backing failures.
Well, let's just look at the facts. First,
they are the facts.
They are the facts, but let me answer the facts, though. So the first thing is backing the Tories in 2019, when the alternative was Corbyn and McDonnell, turned my blood cold. So I did believe in the Tories then. I believed in Boris Johnson then. I was wrong to do so, but I wasn't wrong in backing them against Labour. Okay. Because the Labour of John McDonnell would have been a fiasco. Now that we wind on a little bit, and I was still firmly in favour of the Tories, but seeing more and more faults in Rishi Sunak's management of the UK economy and faults of the way he managed COVID, which I've got an endless list of faults in what he did that was wrong.
Not furlough, though, surely?
Yes, absolutely furlough.
Furlough saved people's lives and livelihoods.
No, I'm not disagreeing with the point that you make, Victoria, but let me say why I disagreed. The reason I disagreed, because I said to Rishi and Boris, but this was right at the beginning of COVID, I made a very bold statement that nobody should be substantially worse off as a result of the COVID epidemic after it than they were before it. Substantially worse off.
Okay.
What Rishi did was made furlough absolute all or nothing. He paid 80% when people were going to be at home, no holidays, no meals out, no nothing.
Right, okay.
And 80% was too much.
All right.
And he didn't foresee that the supply chain was clearly going to be empty. So what happens post-COVID, all of that money that's accumulated in people's pockets rushed into the marketplace and caused massive inflation.